Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 35 of the Gory Hole podcast. My name is Jenny.
And I am Nicholas.
Nicholas.
With my mustache on.
Yes.
Got
Nikki
another
is in
mustache
her,
on.
Yep, her second stash.
My second stash.
Yep, and she has to wear one next week, too.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I like this one. And it really definitely fits because it's St. Patrick's Day, and that's kind of a ginger mustache.
You're right.
You look very Irish today.
Thanks.
So happy St. Patty's Day, everybody.
Happy St. Patty's.
I think it's Sunday. Is
So
St. Patty's.
we're almost St. Patty's. It's a week of St. Patty's.
Yeah. It's St. Patty's weekend.
Yeah.
So, and I think most people celebrate all weekend for
For
that.
sure. Also, Todd's birthday is on St. Patty's Day.
Oh, that's right.
So happy birthday to
Todd.
Toddler. Thanks for being our producer extraordinaire.
And thanks for doing everything you do for us.
Yeah, you're just the best.
Mm-hmm.
Just the best. Nice.
So yeah, it's St. Patrick's Day weekend. It's spring, I think, officially now.
On the 21st, it'll be spring.
Oh, the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
Why was I thinking like the...
I think it's the 21st.
You might be right. I think so.
It's been feeling
Well, we're
a little
close.
bit like spring, though.
It does feel like spring.
Yeah.
Spring is in the air.
I like it.
Do you have how do you feel about St. Patrick's Day? Is it
I like it.
Good holiday for you?
Well, yeah, because it's always Todd's birthday's
Yeah.
on St. Patty's, so it's fun, and then back in the party days, we just would like go to Westport and just, go wild. Used to drink the green beer and all the things.
Oh, yes.
Not so much anymore, but it's still fun. I like it.
Yeah. Same. It just kind of feels like a fun time of year, I think. I like all
Yeah.
the St. Patrick's Day decor and stuff.
Sure.
Did you have a favorite St. Patrick's Day or anything?
Well, this is kind of funny. I wasn't planning on telling this, but it's kind of perfect to tell it. So when I was little, gosh, what was I? Probably 6 or 7. I had a little friend, and we would play, like we were best friends. We would play all the time. We lived down the street from each other. And I remember on St. Patrick's Day one time, we saw, I remember this so clearly. I remember seeing what I thought was a ghost, and it looked like a leprechaun on St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. But this leprechaun was like an old, overweight dude who he looked like he'd been drinking and was like all sloppy. He wasn't like a cute little like Lucky Charms guy.
No.
He was like an old, worn out leprechaun. And we claimed to both see him at the same time. So I was so little,
But
I don't
think
remember.
you actually saw anything?
I remember seeing a person that looked like a leprechaun. I remember that. Now I don't know if I like created that in my head, but I remember my friend and I both claimed to see the same thing. And it was on St. Patrick's Day.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just a guy dressed up as a leprechaun.
Well, it was in her room. So I don't know why.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were like outside or something. Okay,
No,
that's
it
a
was
little
like
different.
in her room. I remember we were playing around and we both like saw this thing and ran out of her room screaming. And like I never saw anything like that before or since.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I always have remembered that weird thing and I have no explanation for it. I don't know.
That is weird.
I don't know.
But
we were so little, so I don't know, like, did we watch something and then that like stirred something up? I don't know. I don't remember. But or is that just the adult me wanting to explain it away and I saw something? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Who knows?
That's always been memorable for me though.
Yeah,
it was
that is
on
pretty
St. Patrick's Day.
memorable.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever watch the Leprechaun horror movie?
I think so.
Yeah,
it's been so long.
It's been a long time for me too. I remember when I saw it, I think I was in high school, like early high school maybe, because that's an older movie,
Yeah,
right?
it is. Yeah.
I think I remember thinking it was stupid at the time, but I haven't seen it since.
Yeah.
So I've noticed when I go back and watch some of these that I didn't like, sometimes I end up liking them. So maybe I should
You
try
have a new
it.
appreciation for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
I'm like, oh, this is really disgusting. I know I was grossed out as a teenager, but now I like it.
Not so much anymore.
Yep, now I kind of dig it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So moving right along, did you have a story you wanted to tell, or do you want to hear about my books?
I did. Yeah, let me tell you my story.
Okay,
so I
great.
texted you a little bit about this yesterday. So we had this really cool thing happen, and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. It's not gory, it's not gross, but it's cool.
Okay.
Because I'm a music nerd and Todd's a music nerd. So we were at a friend's house. So Todd's in a band. and we were at a friend's house, one of his bandmates yesterday, and he lives down the street from the guitar player for American Floyd, like the Pink Floyd cover band. So they were like, I don't think they're a thing anymore, but a pretty big thing. And Todd got to jam with him.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
They played a little like driveway set, and Todd and this guy, and like they had a drummer and a bass player and another singer, and it was really cool. So they got to he got to play with the guy from American Floyd.
That's awesome.
And they like played guitar together, and sometimes the American Floyd guy, he'd be playing and he would like nod at Todd, and then Todd would play a solo. It was so fucking cool. It was so fucking cool.
It's like no big deal.
It was so fucking cool. And Todd got to like hold his guitar and
That's cool.
have a guitar boner and stuff. And it was really cool.
Guitar boner.
It was just really cool, man. I got some video.
I love it when we get an easy title, man.
Guitar boner.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sometimes they just stand out so
Oh, it's
perfectly,
great.
and guitar boner
It's
is
great.
perfect.
Guitar boner. Yeah, it was really cool. It was just like a little impromptu, like, I don't know, it was just really cool. So we were supposed to record last night, and I texted Jenny, and I was like, can we do this tomorrow? Like, I don't feel like I can pull Todd away from this cool thing that's happening right now.
Yeah, no, it's
It was so cool. So that was just like a really cool thing. 'Cause, like, this guy had played, I mean, he played at Sandstone with his band, and like they toured, and he played at these like giant crowds, and he just like played on this guy's driveway with a little jam sesh, and Todd got to play with him, and it was really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
Yeah. I just thought it was cool. So I wanted to talk about that.
That's amazing. I think
Yeah,
that's cool.
it was really cool.
I did. You sent me some Snapchats on. Where did
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought I lost my pen, but I did not.
Sent you some Snapchats, and
yeah, it looked awesome.
it was cool, and it was a lot of fun. And what else was I going to say? There was something
Was
else.
this far away from here? Or-
Just like Olathe.
Oh, okay. Okay, not too far. From
So Todd's drummer lives in the same neighborhood as this guy.
here.
And he just like comes over and hangs out sometimes, and they play music together.
Yeah,
and
why not? No big deal.
And yeah, it was really cool.
That's
Just like, I don't know, I feel like kind of once in a lifetime type thing.
yeah.
And now we're basically friends with them.
Yeah,
And
you're basically best friends.
they're basically in a band together now.
Yeah.
And
But
So-
they're basically going to go on tour. And
yeah. And like the whole neighborhood came out and like listened to them play and stuff. And they acted like it was kind of a common thing so Todd's drummer's British, and he has this delightful accent.
Oh,
and
that's
he's
cool.
always like calling people twats and stuff. And he's just a really cool guy.
Say it again.
Twat. But he says, so I say twat, and he's like, twat.
Twat.
He has like a really cool accent. So he's like, yeah, he'll come round later. And
Oh, I
he did
love it.
come round later. And we got to hear him. And then so these random people would come by.
Bloody exciting.
It was bloody exciting. His wife brought out crisps, and we ate crisps.
Are those
Chips.
crackers?
Just
chips.
Just potato chips, but they call them crisps.
Oh, crackers are biscuits usually, right?
Or cookies or biscuits,
Cookies,
I
yeah.
think, maybe.
Yeah, I think
don't
so.
know. I don't fucking know, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
And then, so all these random people came out, the neighbors and stuff came out, and they were just like, it was a nice night. So everybody was just kind of like having a beer, sitting in the driveway. And I was like sitting there all night watching. So they noticed that I was there, and they're like, do you know one of these guys? And I was like, yeah, the hairy one up there is my husband. Because they're like, it's like bald. And then Todd's like hair all the way down his back and a beard. And I was like, the hairy guitar player is mine. So it was cool.
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
It sounds
it was good
pretty-
times. They're just cool, and I wanted to brag about it.
No, that's
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me, I mean, this is nowhere near the same story, but it just kind of made me think of it. And because we were talking about St. Patrick's Day, back in March of 2020, good times.
Oh, God.
Worst of times.
When the world ended.
But luckily we did not die.
Yeah.
There was a guy that was going around this area playing bagpipes.
I don't remember this.
I guess somebody complained about him on like Nextdoor because he was practicing his bagpipes at his house. And I guess somebody complained and was like, "That's too loud. I don't like to hear the bagpipes, blah, 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 blah." Got so mad at him. Well, then he just started going around to people's neighborhoods and playing in their front yards for whoever wanted to watch him play.
That's cool.
And so Ryan and I were like, well, we want to watch you play.
Yeah.
And I think it was like on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, that's
He came out in
cool.
all his little gear and he like stood at the corner of our street and we just sat on the porch
Oh,
and watched
shit.
him play.
Because, like, you couldn't do anything at that point in time.
So he
Everything
was just like
locked
kind of
down.
driving around and going to little
That's
corners.
cool.
And so the whole neighborhood would come out and
Well, that's
watch
pretty
him
cool.
and stuff.
I don't remember hearing about this.
Yeah, it was fun.
Huh, that's cool.
It just
We
popped
found
in
some
my head.
really unique ways to entertain ourselves back in the day.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I say, is 2020.
COVID days, yeah.
COVID days where you're like, what the fuck else am I going to do? I guess I'm going to bake bread. I don't fucking know.
Right?
I guess
I started
learn a
painting.
new language. Oh, yeah, you painted a lot.
Yep.
You painted
I
a
started
lot.
just ordering craft stuff, like
Mhm.
just all the time.
Yeah.
And just doing pour paintings. That's how I spent 2020.
Pour paintings, yeah.
It was fun, but it's messy and kind of expensive.
Yeah, you have one titled The Nikki.
I do have one titled The Nikki. It's hanging in my living room.
That's such a good one. I remember because like we couldn't see each other, so I was just looking at your social media, and you just had like a picture of a new painting every day, and I was like, oh my god! And at the time, I was staying in a camper, a fifth wheel, and I didn't have anywhere to hang anything, so I was like, man, if I had a wall, I'd want that one to hang on because you were selling them. And I was like, I'd hang that up. And you were like, well, why don't I just name it after you? And I was like, okay. So now you have the Nikki.
Yeah, and it's like it actually turned out to be one of my favorite ones
so
too.
good.
I got really attached to it.
I love
and
the
then
colors in it.
I have two others that are kind of similar, but they're different colors. So I made like a little series that's like
It's so
hanging in
perfect.
my living room.
Yeah. It's
People
like
ask
orangey.
me about them all the time. Yeah.
It's like orange and blue.
Yeah, it
or
was like
something.
orange and green and
Yeah.
kind of gold and
so
just like
pretty.
a mix of colors, and it looks all like smoky
Trippy.
and trippy.
Yeah. It's a good one.
My trippy art is pretty popular.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Ryan still, this is like another one of his plans for the camper, is he wants to go to music festivals.
Oh, yes.
He wants to make brick oven pizzas.
Yep.
And I have a basement full of pour paintings. And he's like, I'm just going to sell them at
Fuck
the
yeah.
festivals. And I was like, do it. $10 each or something.
Yeah.
And then just bring me the cash.
That'd be awesome.
Right?
You act like you're not going. Bring me the
I'm
cash.
going to go.
You go.
I guess it depends
I'll
on the
go.
festival.
I'll go.
Well, you know something, I've been meaning to tell you this. Because remember we talked about your hatred of country music.
Yes.
I actually do have a kind of music that I hate.
What?
And I just cannot get into it no matter how much I hear it. And it's bluegrass.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm
Bluegrass
not
is
a
weird.
fan.
That's fair.
I'm not a fan of a fiddle. I'm not a
You
fan.
don't like a fiddle?
I'm not a fan of a fiddle.
That's fair.
It's not my thing.
That's okay. So is that all Ryan's interested in going to? Is like bluegrass
Well, those are the ones
festivals?
that he was talking about. And I was like, I
Okay.
probably won't want to go to those.
Okay, gotcha.
But I'll hang out in the camper and drink
Yeah.
beer, I guess. But I'm
Yeah.
probably not going to go to the
That's
festival.
fair. I mean, it sounds like you're going to be camper centric anyway if you want to sell
I've been
pizzas
learning
and
a
stuff.
lot. Well, yeah, that's true. I've been learning a lot about music festivals. Did I send you? I think I sent you. Did I send you the Shrek rave on TikTok?
Yes, that was so cool.
Right?
Holy shit, that was cool.
Do you remember back in the day when people did raves? I thought it was just like more of a club thing. And now they're like fucking concerts with these crazy fucking.
Dude, that was so cool. Like the 3D effects on this like Shrek head that was coming out. Oh, dude, that was cool.
I know. Everybody
should
who
post
has
that.
TikTok has seen it.
Oh
but
yeah, probably. But maybe can we post it to our social media?
Yeah.
So it was so fucking cool.
Yeah, I think I have it saved.
Because you sent it to me, I was like, a rave? That's okay. I'll watch it. And then I was like, whoa!
I know.
It was so cool, man. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Like the stuff people could come up with.
I had no
to
idea that
it's
those
like they
were
choreograph it with the music and like it was creepy.
Yeah, EDM festivals
Yeah.
are insane, and I'm like, I kind of want to go to one now just to see,
to watch that shit. That is what. Could you imagine like tripping your balls off and then have
Oh, yeah, I
that
wouldn't be
face
able-
jump out at you?
I just want to see it because I
Oh
like to
my
be scared
God.
anyways. But
Yeah.
if I was on drugs, I would be scared I'd have a bad trip or something.
Oh, yeah, I
I would be
couldn't handle
too
it.
terrified to
For
do
sure.
that.
Yeah, I have enough problems
Yeah.
sober.
I didn't. Right? It's
a crazy
I'll just
place
fall
in
over
here.
my own feet for no reason, so I don't need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have enough mental issues. I don't need to add drugs to the mix.
No. No.
Yeah, I was like, I had no idea this was going on in the world. I was like,
That's
then I was like
really
hooked
cool.
on it on TikTok. I
Yeah,
was like just
that's-
looking up like scary rave visuals, and I was like,
It's crazy.
huh.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, it's insane. You know, that's funny. Ryan and I like to listen to EDM when we go to Costco. I don't know why.
What?
I don't know why. We did it as a joke one day. I just put on like EDM like station on Pandora in the car. And we were
In the car. Okay.
Yeah, and we were joking in the car on the way to Costco. We're just like, go to Costco. So now it's like a tradition to just play EDM on the way to Costco.
I love that. I thought you meant you like walked around Costco listening to
Oh,
EDM.
no. That'd be cool, though. I would do that.
That's funny.
But it's like the car ride to and
Okay,
from Costco.
nice.
We always listen
You just
to
get really
EDM
pumped up to go to Costco.
because we're old.
I like it. That's really cool.
And Costco is the best. I have so much fun walking around
So
Costco.
I like Costco. I like the end result of Costco trips, but I fucking hate going to Costco. It's like Walmart on steroids, and I hate it. I hate it so much. Everybody, it's like everybody.
You definitely don't want to
it's
go on
like,
a Saturday or a Sunday,
oh,
man.
fuck no. And you go and they're like the carts are bigger. So it's just like more people in your way with their big stupid carts in the middle of the aisle. Oh, I hate it so much. I hate it.
If you go like on like a, I don't know, a Monday evening, there's
Yeah.
nobody there.
If you do it late, like kind of close to when they close, it's not as bad, but hooey, I fucking hate that place.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a necessary evil.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
So that's when we get
as
excited
bad.
to go. Because
That's
it's
fair.
like,
Yeah.
get
You
full
have
reign
to
of
go.
the store.
You have to go in the evening. Like, or yeah, it's impossible.
Or even like just, I don't know, 11 o'clock on like a Wednesday. There's nobody there.
Well, I
Most
mean,
people are at
I have
work.
a job at 11 o'clock on a Wednesday.
Well, I
I can't
know,
go.
but if you
at
happen
that point.
to be able to, there's nobody there.
Well, yeah, that's why.
Yep. They're all at work.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Ryan and I can sneak away during that time. So.
Well, good for you.
Yep. Okay. Oh man, we kind of went off on a bunch of stuff there.
I am really, my upper lip is really
Itching.
with this stash on here.
Oh. I like watching you move.
It's really.
I'm so glad you picked a ginger one for St. Patrick's Day. It makes me happy. She's doing like a bunny nose.
A little bunny nose. It's really itching. Todd, how do you do this? This is just your
He's
life
like,
every day?
It just happens.
He goes, it's different. No adhesive.
That's true. Yeah, it's probably the
All right.
adhesive
It is
thing.
for sure the adhesive. Yes, that's for sure.
Okay.
Now what?
I had a couple books I wanted to tell you about.
Tell me about them.
So I read a couple. Well, one is like an actual like horror book, and then the other one is, I mean, it is kind of a horror book, but a thriller.
Okay.
So I wanted to tell you about them because I definitely recommend them.
Okay.
The first one is Sour Candy.
Not heard of it.
That one. Actually, you may not like this one, but I'm going to tell you about it. One, it's really, really short.
Okay.
It's only like, it's less than 100 pages.
Okay.
So it's like a novella, I guess. But it's about, okay, so there's this guy. He goes to the grocery store and he sees like this like kid with like a mom who just looks like, fucking kill me or something. And the kid, it looks like kind of like weird, old-timey kind of kid.
Okay.
Like he has like suspenders and a ruffled shirt and like a weird little hat and stuff. And this kid does this like blood-curdling scream in the store. And everybody like feels bad for the mom, but she won't like say anything to the kid. She just keeps giving him candy, and the kid's like really weird and creepy and stuff. And the guy sees it and he's like, well, that's fucking weird. And like kind of gets away, like feels like secondhand embarrassment for the woman, you know? Yeah. So he's driving home and then he gets into a bad car accident and he gets hit by the woman.
Oh.
But the little kid isn't in the car with her. And he tells the police like she had a little kid with her. And then she commits suicide in front of him.
Oh, shit.
And then they all keep telling him they're like the kid that he was describing. They're like, you're describing your son. And this kid just took over his life and ruined his life, basically. Does this horrible scream whenever he doesn't get his way.
Ew.
He scared off all of his like work, his girlfriend, and everybody just thinks he's crazy and like mean to the kid. And even though the kid just like wormed its way into his life.
Does he not remember the son? I don't get it.
The kid it just like it's basically the kid. It's like the spawn of Satan, basically.
Oh.
And he just moves from like person to person to person
Oh.
and like takes over their life. He doesn't
Okay.
ever age or anything.
Weird.
And just ruins them.
Okay.
Basically. So it's creepy as shit.
That's kind of realistic. Kids suck.
It's true. And this kid sounds horrible. Like every time they would mention the kid like screaming, I'm like, God, I want to punch him in
Yeah.
punch the kid in the face. I was pretending to punch a doll in the face. So it's like, shut up.
Shut your whore mouth.
Yep. And then the other one, I sent you a picture of it yesterday because when you were hanging out with the American Floyd, I was reading a book. And I was really sucked into it. So I was like, hey, you're cool. I'm sucked into the book and it's really good. And it's called Rock, Paper, Scissors. And I can't really tell you too much about it because it'll give away a lot of the story, but it basically is a husband and wife and they're having like marital problems. They go to this like kind of like an Airbnb thing and it's like a converted chapel. And the wife writes these letters to her husband that every anniversary that she never shows him. And all this creepy stuff starts happening to him in the chapel. Like it's like haunted and stuff and it's creepy. And then there's like all these weird twists and turns and it totally ends the way you do not expect. Because I thought I was like, I think I see where this is going. And I was like, nope, didn't see that coming.
Cool.
Wow. So it sucked me in. It's really good.
Nice.
Short chapters. Like sometimes it's told from the husband. Sometimes it's told by the wife.
Okay.
And then each year there's like a letter that she writes to her husband, and you can tell she's keeping all these secrets from him and stuff. And it's really, really good.
Cool.
Like, it's probably, at least this year, the best book I've read.
Wow. It's high praise.
Yeah. Well, granted, it's only March, and I haven't read that many this year
a lot of books
yet, but that one was probably the best one I've read so far.
Nice.
I think I've read 5 this year. So
is that it? I'm surprised.
Yeah.
You read so fast. I'm surprised.
Well, I think during the few weeks I was sick, I kind of fell off of it in January, so I'm kind of behind on reading right now.
Wow.
But yeah, and I'm still working on Throne of Glass. I read the first 2 of those. It's pretty good. Again, the same lady that wrote ACOTAR. And these aren't quite as romance fantasy.
Okay.
These are almost like strict fantasy.
Okay.
Like action and magic and fighting, but it's really good.
Nice.
So I like it.
Cool.
All right. So we got that done. I'm
All right.
checking off my little list here.
Check your box.
Nikki wearing a stash. Check.
Check. Check for the foreseeable future.
Yep.
Check.
Check, check, check. Just going to have a permanent stash.
Yep.
Which is
That's
fine.
me now.
And if you win a contest, you might get a mustache ride.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Who wants a mustache ride?
I do. Oh my God, what movie is that? Super Troopers.
Super Troopers.
Yeah, it took me a second.
Who wants
I was like,
a
I can
mustache
picture the guy.
ride? I want fun. I want fun. It was the Germans.
Yes, you nailed it. Okay.
Is it Dirty Minds
I
time?
think it's Dirty Minds
It's
time.
Dirty Minds time.
All right.
Let's do Dirty Minds.
Yeah, we're doing.
All right.
All right. I got a thing out to keep score. What did we say? We're going to do 5?
5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Let's
Just
do
go
5.
back and forth?
Sure.
Okay. I started last time, so you start
Okay.
this time.
Okay.
And if I get it right, I get a point.
Okay. Number 1.
All right.
Okay. Just to refresh you, you get 5 hints, and you got to guess what it is.
Okay.
I sit on a man's face.
I feel like I already know it.
Hitler had a small one.
I know it. Mustache.
Yeah. It's a little on
And it
point,
literally was
isn't
like
it?
looking right
Yeah,
at you, and
yeah.
I'm like, it's a mustache.
I'm going to tell you what the other ones were, though.
Okay, yeah, I want to hear them.
Colonel Sanders had a big one.
True.
Women usually shave me off.
Or wax.
If you trim, you can make me look smaller.
That's a good one.
But sometimes you sit on a woman's face,
Yeah. It's true.
as you can see.
Yes. Very
Okay.
clearly, it can sit on a woman's face.
Okay.
All right, I got 1 point. All right. When I start to slow down, I get harder. Once I blow the crust off, I start to flow. I shoot out of a streaming hole. After an explosion, I ooze from your crater. Sometimes I can come like a fountain.
Lava?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can come like a fountain.
Ew.
Ew.
Crust.
Crust.
Ew. Ew. Okay.
That is a gross word. I don't know why. But
It is.
Yeah.
Unless it's a pie crust,
Yeah.
then it's good.
Anything described as crusty is.
Sure. It's
Blech.
usually not a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. I can get really stiff.
Okay.
Rubbing me can help you keep your head erect. People usually shave the hair that grows out of me. I have a deep throat inside of me. You take a chance every time you stick me out.
Neck.
Yeah. These are,
We might end up
kinda
having
easy.
a tie here.
Yeah,
I
these
don't
are kind of
know,
easy.
But I guess we'll see.
We'll see.
Next. Some people try to plunge into me without getting their head wet. Using long, smooth strokes while you're inside me will get you somewhere. You can use your long noodle in me. That's a good one. Coming in me too quickly could give you goosebumps.
Ooh.
If I don't get pumped regularly, it's not healthy.
Swimming pool.
Yep. These are pretty easy ones.
After a few years, my bush got younger. I once had a slick willy inside of me. Tricky Dick finished prematurely. It was a big surprise when a tall Johnson entered me. Over 43 men have come inside me. I think over 45 now have come inside me.
White House?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I was actually struggling there for a second. I was
Yeah,
like,
that
huh?
one was a little
That
bit
one was
harder.
a little trickier.
Yeah, that was a little trickier.
All right. Nikki's about to get mad, by the way.
Oh, no.
After your panties are wet,
Ugh.
you really need me.
Gross.
If you got too big a load, I might go down on you. Sometimes you have to pay to stick your dripping things in me. After I'm done, you can pull out your wrinkled one. After you get me hot, I'll give you a tumble.
Dryer.
Yep.
Clothes dryer.
This might end up being I think.
All right. Here's another thing that sits on your face.
Okay.
I sit on your face.
Cool.
Sometimes, cool. Cool. I sit on your face. Sometimes there's hair growing around me. You're happy when I come. You have to use your lips to do me. I'm stuck between your cheeks.
Hang on, say them again. I actually got a little lost on that one.
I sit on your face.
Okay.
Sometimes there's hair growing around me.
Okay.
You're happy when I come. You have to use your lips to do me. I'm stuck between your cheeks.
You're happy when I come.
Mhm.
What?
Don't overthink it.
Nose?
Close.
Tongue?
Smile.
Smile. Ah. Oh, I get it. You're happy when I come. Damn it. All right, I didn't get it. That's the one that threw me, though. 'Cause I was like, huh?
You're happy when I come.
I get it. I get it. Clever, clever.
Clever.
All right.
Thinker, stinker.
This might be your chance.
We'll see.
Capone had a short one. The beaver had a long one. Bono doesn't use his. Mr. Potter's was hairy. John Silver's was long. This one's a weird one, actually.
Okay, say him again.
Capone had a short one. The beaver had a long one. Bono doesn't use his. Bono. Did I say Bono? Bono. Bono doesn't use his. Mr. Potter's was hairy. John Silver's was long.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I have a guess, but it doesn't feel right. Shit!
What's your guess?
Gun?
No.
John?
No.
I don't know. What is it?
First name.
Oh, wow. 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 That's a thinker, too.
Yeah, that one
Wowie.
was a
Okay.
thinker, yeah.
I was like, Al had a short one. Al Capone. Okay, yeah, okay. All right.
Like, all right, checks out.
Yeah, it does. All right. I might give you one hump or two. Three wise men came on me. You can ride me bareback. I usually kneel down before you mount me. You're usually hot when I'm between your legs.
Camel.
Yep. So we still tied. We both got one wrong, right?
We have one more. You have one more. I mean,
Oh, shit. Okay.
we each missed one, but we were doing 5, so you have one more. Right now I
Okay.
have 4, you have
Yeah,
3.
because
So
I
if you
forgot
get
I
this
did
one,
first.
We are tied.
Okay. All right. No pressure.
If you get me toasted, I'll get harder for you. You can stick your hot salami in me. If you shoot too much sauce in me, I could drip all over your face. If I'm too thick, it takes 2 hands to stick me in. If I'm uncut, I may be too big for you to handle.
Sandwich.
Yep. Okay, so we're tied.
Do we do a tiebreaker? I don't know if we'll get it.
I mean,
A
we can try to
tiebreaker.
go, and
We
whoever
can
just
try.
gets the next one right wins.
Well, no, then that's just whoever's
I'll
next
go,
wins.
I'll go first. Well, we'll do 2. Okay.
Okay.
Keep going until somebody gets one and misses one.
Okay.
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 All right, you read. I knew what I was saying. It
I
makes
need
sense.
more. Oh, I have more. Hang
Yep.
on. Okay. All right.
I've got a little pile here. So
Okay.
you'll go and I go, and we'll see if it still ties.
Okay. I'm going to just do a little mixy-uppy,
Okay.
and I'm just going to pick one. Okay. Turning me on at the movies makes people mad. You shouldn't try to finger me while you're driving. When you turn me on, I make noise. I can't vibrate for you if my battery is dead. After I hit a couple of hours, I'm ready for intercourse.
I don't get that one, but cell phone.
Yeah, I don't get that one either.
Say it again.
After I hit a couple of bars, I'm ready for intercourse. I guess like a phone call? Fuck, I don't know. I don't get that one.
I don't get that one either. Oh, I still got it.
You did. Okay.
Ooh. This one might be tough. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see. Maybe not. Okay. I'm a 4-letter word that ends in K. You have to be in bed to be inside of me. You can climb on me in the bedroom. Some like it when they're on the bottom. If you're not careful when you're on top, you could fall out of me.
Bunk.
Yep. Yeah. All right, so we both got it. So we'll go again.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to pick another random one.
Because if it takes too long, then we'll just stop and call it a
Yeah,
tie.
we'll see what happens. Sniffing me can turn you on. You have to wait for my stick to get hot. After you lick me, I might get stuck on you. I'm the white gooey stuff that comes out of your tip. Ew. If you wait too long, I can be hard to get off.
Oh, okay. I think I know it. Can you say it again?
Yes. Sniffing me can turn you on. You have to wait for my stick to get hot. After you lick me, I might get stuck on you.
Oh, wait. Maybe I don't know.
I'm the white gooey stuff that comes out of your tip. If you wait too long, I can be hard to get off.
Glue?
Yeah?
Oh, okay, cool.
Got
At
it.
first I was thinking hot glue gun but then I was like, wait, that's not right.
I mean, that's the one glue stick one, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see. You can sometimes stick your wood inside me.
Mm-hmm.
You should warm me up first before you stick it in.
Mm-hmm.
Touch me gently to see if I'm ready for you. Your dripping meat can be burning inside of me. When you play with my knobs, you really light my fire.
Grill.
Ooh, so close. Try again.
Okay, say it again.
You can,
Oh, fire pit?
no. You can sometimes stick your wood inside of me. You should warm me up first before you stick it in.
It's not a grill?
Touch me gently to see if I'm ready for you. Your dripping meat can be burning inside of me. When you play with my knobs, you really light my fire. Grill fits. It's stove, but I feel like
Why would
grill
you
fits
put
better.
wood in a okay,
Wood
like a wood
stove.
stove?
Yeah,
That's a weird one.
That is a weird one. I still feel like you got it.
Because I surely don't put wood in my stove.
I don't either. And I don't even put it in my grill.
That's a tricky one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what
There
kind
are
of...
wood stoves. I mean, that's like an
Yeah,
ancient kind of thing at some
You're right.
houses. But
You want to just call it an even?
I'd
Let's
say
just
so.
call it a tie.
All right.
Let's just call it. That could go on
Big heart.
forever.
Tie.
Nice.
Yeah. We're too smart for dirty minds, too stupid
smart.
for horror trivia.
It's what it is, you know?
Yeah.
It's what it is. Okay.
All right.
Is it topic time or you have other stuff?
I think it's topic time.
Okay.
Let me double check. Make sure I'm not. Okay. Yeah.
Topic time.
Topic time.
Alrighty. The topic for today is Satanic Panic.
Ooh, I like it.
I've touched on this just very lightly in a couple things we've talked about. There was one story I told a while back. It was a topic I did on how they just like would peg shit on people who listen to like metal, wore black clothes,
Wasn't that the Randy
guys with
Leach
long
episode?
hair. Yep, I think that was one of them. So guys like that just used to be like pegged for being Satan worshipers and like doing dirty stuff. And so I'm going to talk about how that kind of started.
Nice. Okay.
So Satanic Panic. It's a moral panic consisting of over 12,000 unsubstantiated cases of satanic ritual abuse. And this started in the United States in the 80s. So this whole like basically a giant rumor started about this fake shit spread throughout many parts of the world by the late 1990s and still persists in a lot of ways today. So the kind of thing that started this whole thing is this book that was, when was it published? In 1980. It was a book called Michelle Remembers. Have you heard of this?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I'm going to tell you about it.
Okay.
So Michelle Remembers is a book co-written by a Canadian psychiatrist named Lawrence Pazder and his patient and future wife named Michelle Smith. So this lady was this guy's patient. They ended up like having a relationship, getting married, and
That's not ethical.
it's not ethical. Nope.
Not supposed to do that.
And so they used this discredited practice of recovered memory therapy to make sweeping, lurid claims about satanic ritual abuse involving the woman, Michelle Smith. The allegations, which arose afterward throughout much of the United States, involved reports of physical and sexual abuse of people in the context of occult or satanic rituals. In its most extreme form, allegations involve a conspiracy of a global satanic cult that includes the wealthy and elite, in which children are abducted or bred for human sacrifices, pornography, and prostitution. So this rumor started wild with this book. And it turns out the book is just all complete bullshit. It's been totally debunked. So I'll get into that a little bit more. But do you ever hear about this anymore, like the QAnon shit?
Oh, yeah.
What is it, adrenochrome?
Oh, yes.
Some people still think that this is a thing, that there's like an underground cult of people who are, milking adrenochrome, I guess, out of children and using it for evil. And so that's kind of how all of this started.
Nice.
Yeah. Really, really cool. Okay. So.
Yeah, I've seen that shit.
Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit more about this Michelle Remembers thing, because these two fuckos are what caused so much of this weird shit. And it's all been debunked, and it's so weird how this started. This mustache on my microphone is kind of in my line of vision, so I'm just gonna move it up here a little bit. Okay. All right.
Put it on Freddie.
Oh, you could. You want to put it on Freddie? Put it on Freddie. I don't know why you wouldn't. Perfect.
Oh, he totally looks like a bank robber.
He's cute. He does. It's perfect with his hat.
It does.
Okay. So let's see. So this Michelle Remembers was basically a memoir. Again, it was written by this Michelle Smith and her husband / psychiatrist, Lawrence Pazder. So they co-wrote this quote unquote memoir. And it's stated that at the age of 5, Michelle was tortured by her mother for days in elaborate satanic rituals. As the torture reached a climax, a portal to hell opened, and Satan himself appeared, only to be driven away by the Virgin Mary and the Archangel Michael. Explanations for a lack of any evidence of abuse on Michelle's body were that it had been miraculously removed by Saint Mary. Not explained was testimony from Michelle's father and 2 sisters contradicting the memoir, as well as 1955-1956 St. Margaret's School yearbook. The yearbook includes a photo taken in November 1955 showing Michelle attending school and appearing healthy, when according to the book, Michelle spent that month imprisoned in a basement. Like, how fucking stupid are these people?
What a psycho.
So they used this, I think it'll get into a little bit more, but this this way of like bringing up these fake memories. It's basically like planting false memories. So she claimed to remember all of these things that never fucking happened. They could be proven otherwise. Like her family was like, yeah, that never happened. And she was like, no, that happened. And her psychiatrist
They're like,
husband,
here's you jumping
like,
rope and having a
They're like,
lollipop. Like,
actually, you were in school this day and you were actually really fine. You didn't have any bruises, or you weren't even imprisoned in one basement.
Oh my God.
But
not one.
Not even one.
Not even one.
But, here we go. All right. So Pazder, again, was the psychiatrist's husband, was also responsible for coining the term ritual abuse. He just fucking made this up. Michelle Remembers provided a model for numerous allegations of this ritual abuse that ensued later in the same decade. On the basis of the book's success, Pazder developed a high media profile, gave lectures and training on this ritualistic abuse to law enforcement, and by September 1990 had acted as a consultant on more than 1,000 abuse cases, including the McMartin preschool trial, which I'll talk about in a second.
Okay.
Prosecutors used Michelle Remembers as a guide when preparing cases against alleged Satanists. This book, along with other accounts portrayed as survivor stories, are suspected to have influenced later allegations of this ritualistic abuse. And the book has been suggested as a casual factor in the later epidemic of allegations. Like the dude that I talked about. What was the guy's name?
Randy
You said
Leach.
Randy Leach.
Yeah. His
So like the
friend or
guy,
whatever,
he like
yeah.
went to high school with a guy that listened to metal and wore black t-shirts. So he was like,
And they're like, he did
pegged.
it.
Yeah. They're like, it's that guy. It's the weird one
Yeah.
because of this shit.
Uh-huh.
So,
Sounds about right.
the early 1980s, during the implementation of mandatory reporting laws, we saw a large increase in child protection investigations in America, Britain, and other developed countries, along with a heightened public awareness of child abuse. The investigation of incest allegations in California was also changed, with cases led by social workers who used leading and coercive interviewing techniques that had been avoided by police investigators. Such changes in the prosecution of cases of alleged incest resulted in an increase in confessions by fathers in exchange for plea bargains. Shortly thereafter, some children and child protection cases began making allegations of horrific physical and sexual abuse by caregivers within organized rituals, claiming sexual abuse in satanic rituals and the use of satanic symbols. These cases garnered the label satanic ritual abuse both in the media and among professionals. Childhood memories of similar abuse began to appear in the psychotherapy sessions of adults. So in 1983, charges were laid in the McMartin preschool trial, which was a major case in California, which received attention throughout the United States and contained allegations of satanic ritual abuse. The case caused tremendous polarization in how to interpret the available evidence. Shortly afterward, more than 100 preschools across the country became the object of similar sensationalist allegations, which were eagerly and uncritically reported by the press. Throughout the McMartin trial, media coverage of the defendants was unrelentingly negative, focusing only on statements by the prosecution. Michelle Smith and other alleged survivors met with parents involved in the trial, and it is believed that they influenced testimony against the accused. I feel like that was a lot of gibberish and it didn't really tell. I'm going to do a little bit more about this preschool trial thing. Okay. So the initial allegations of this preschool thing that happened. In 1983, Judy Johnson was the mother of one of the preschool's young students. She reported to the police that her son had been sodomized by her estranged husband and also by a McMartin teacher. His name was Ray Bucky. So Bucky was the grandson of a school founder, Virginia McMartin, and son of administrator Peggy McMartin Bucky. Johnson's belief was that her son had been abused, and it began when her son had painful bowel movements. What happened next is still disputed. Some sources state that at that time, her son denied her suggestion that his preschool teachers had molested him, whereas others say he confirmed the abuse. In addition, Johnson also made several more accusations, including that people at the daycare had sexual encounters with animals, that Peggy drilled a child under the arms, and Ray flew in the air. Like, the kid just made up these random things, and the mom was like, yep, you're right, that happened. Bucky was questioned.
Kids are always reliable sources.
I know. He had some hard poopies, and so mom thought he had been sodomized.
He just needed some fruit.
He just needed maybe some water.
Yeah.
He was constipated. He had some hard poopies. And then he started saying, this teacher flies around the room, and this one flew in the air, and this one did this. And the mom's like, yep, that sounds legit. Mm-hmm. So she made these like actual allegations.
I have no reason to question what you said.
Right. Bucky was questioned but was not prosecuted due to lack of evidence. I wonder why. The police then sent a form letter to about 200 parents of students at the McMartin school stating that their children might have been abused and asking the parents to question their children. There's an actual text of the letter is in here.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to read it. This is dated September 8th, 1983. Dear parent.
Man, that recent.
Yeah, so 40 years ago.
Wow.
Dear parent, this department is conducting a criminal investigation involving child molestation. Ray Bucky, an employee of this preschool, was arrested on September 7th by this department. The following procedure is obviously an unpleasant one, but to protect the rights of your children as well as the rights of the accused, this inquiry is necessary for complete investigation. Records indicate that your child has been or is currently a student at the preschool. We are asking your assistance in this continuing investigation. Please question your child to see if he or she has been a witness to any crime or if he or she has been a victim. Our investigation indicates that possible criminal acts include oral sex, fondling of the genitals, buttock or chest area, and sodomy, possibly committed under the pretense of taking the child's temperature. Also, photos may have been Also, photos may have been taken of children without their clothing. Any information from your child regarding having ever observed Ray Bucky to leave a classroom alone with a child during any nap period, or if they have ever observed Ray Bucky tie up a child, it is important. Please complete the enclosed information form and return it to this department in the enclosed stamped return envelope as soon as possible. We ask that you please keep this investigation strictly confidential because of the nature of the charges, blah, blah, blah. It talks about the preschool. Mm-hmm. And then here in giant bold letters at the end, there is no evidence to indicate that the management of Virginia McMartin's preschool had any knowledge of this situation, and no detrimental information concerning the operation of the school has been discovered during this investigation. Also, no other employee in the school is under investigation for any criminal act. There's like zero actual evidence of any of this taking place. The only thing that's keeping this going is a preschool kid that was like, yeah, somebody took my temperature in my butt. and then she flew around the room. And then it was hard for me to poop today. So this, in combination with this Michelle remembers bullshit, where Michelle remembered stuff that never happened, kind of started this whole like satanic panic thing that just has snowballed and snowballed and snowballed. So the debunking of this is really interesting to me. So, okay, let me find my spot where they talk about how this, the debunking of this
letter's kind of crazy to me. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, please bring up this very awkward, uncomfortable,
please ask your kid
traumatizing topic,
right?
Because this probably didn't happen, but just in case it did, go ahead and scar your kid for life.
It's so weird, man. Okay.
Oh my God. So weird.
I gotta find where it talks about this Michelle Remembers book and how they debunked this type of like therapy that her husband / psychiatrist did with her to create these memories.
What, you mean the therapist that married his patient?
Isn't
Legit? That's
yeah.
crazy.
Okay, gosh. Okay. All right. Okay, let's start here.
Okay.
A guy in 2002 wrote an article and had done some research and talked about how unlikely it is that a sophisticated cult that had secretly existed for generations could be outwitted by a 5-year-old. That the cult could hold rituals in this cemetery she mentions unnoticed. So, because in this book, Michelle Smith says she was screaming and talks about how the cemetery is surrounded on 3 sides by residential neighborhoods, and that an 81-day nonstop ceremony involving hundreds of participants in a massive round room. And she claims that no one heard or noticed this. So that's a good one. He also notes that during the alleged 81-day ritual, Michelle was confirmed to be attending school with no remarkable absences. And
she had perfect attendance.
And no apparent signs that she was being abused. Oh, God.
Oh, man.
It is also noted that many of Smith's so-called recovered memories appear to have been represented elements of popular culture at the time. One of them was straight out of the movie The Exorcist.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, she's just saying stuff that happened in movies.
Yep. That was definitely one of them.
It happened, I swear.
It's so stupid. Okay, let's see. Where I lost my spot.
Oh my God.
It is hypothesized that Smith's motivation for making the allegations may have come from her desire to spend time with her psychiatrist / husband Though both were initially married to other people, they divorced their spouses and remarried each other after the publication of the book.
That doesn't sound fishy at all.
Right. Somebody else writes, the Michelle Remembers book must be treated with great skepticism, not least because literally at all... Wait, that's a weird sentence. Literally all the charges involved seem drawn from accounts of West African secret societies from the 1950s. Like, these people like dug up stuff that had happened in like other parts of in the world.
They just,
and they're just like, oh yeah, I remember this thing happening to me when I was 5.
They're just
and they were
researching
like,
it and
no,
saying,
that happened
like,
in
yep,
Africa in 1950.
that
actually
happened to me. It was totally me, not anybody else.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh Lord.
What else? Despite the lack of evidence and criticism concerning the allegations made in Michelle Remembers, there are still people who believe that Smith's claims of abuse are true and that the evidence of a worldwide intergenerational satanic conspiracy to abuse and sacrifice human beings exists.
Yeah.
The book's contents have not been substantiated by any evidence beyond Smith's testimony. Despite this, the book allegedly inspired imitative accusations throughout the world against members of the Church of Satan and other occultists and others who seem to have no association with the occult.
Okay.
I wish I could find more about the actual, like, they debunked this type of therapy that they were doing, and now I can't find it. Shitski. Debunking.
Almost sounds like it was probably just like, I don't know.
I mean, this type of, like, because there's
Has it been done with other people or just?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's so this type of, like, kind of hypnotherapy type thing where you can like hypnotize somebody and kind of plant these false memories, and it's like suggestive. So have you heard of people like, I can't stop playing with my mustache. Have you heard of people, they will say, yeah, I committed this crime, because they're interrogated for 15 hours with no food or water, and they'll just say whatever you want them to say. So it's kind of similar. Like, you can plant, like, there are people who have confessed to crimes that they couldn't have committed. Like, it's been proven that they weren't even there. They had alibis. There's like physical evidence that proved they were somewhere else, but they will confess to something. Yeah. It's similar to this. Like, she swears that XYZ happened, but this type of quote unquote therapy, I think there was a hypnosis component to it. You can just like, you can get somebody to say,
wasn't it traumatizing?
Somebody to say whatever you want them to say. And this type of therapy has been completely debunked over the years. And it's been proven and like studied that it's not accurate, and it's not an accurate depiction of memories. And so, yeah, because of these two fuckos, they're still just, I don't know. I just thought that was a good topic.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny to me that it's still so.
Oh, people are still scared of that shit.
Yeah. It's funny. So,
it almost seems like it's gotten kind of worse lately.
Yes, I would say in the last handful of years, especially since like all the COVID stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There are so many QAnon people who think this is a thing, and they'll name like celebrities that are part of it. Like Bill Gates is for sure one.
Yeah. Of course.
Like Martha Stewart and shit. I don't know. There's always just like random people. They're like, oh yeah, that person's part of it. They're part of
Taylor
this like,
Swift. Don't
oh
forget
yeah.
that. She's literally Satan. You didn't know that?
Oh yeah. So there's all kinds of rumors like that. It's funny.
I've seen so many people about, I won't let my daughter listen to Taylor Swift because it's Satan.
It's so weird to me.
I'm like, what?
It's so weird to me. Like, there are so many problems in the world, but you're concerned about Taylor Swift's music?
Right?
It's so weird.
Oh my God.
There's one more thing. So there is a documentary in 2003 called Satan Wants You, and it investigates the story behind the book and other Canadian origins of North America's moral panic over alleged satanic cults and ritual abuse in the 80s. And I want to watch it.
That sounds like something I would
Satan Wants You.
You know, my favorite things to watch are like satanic documentaries or cults.
I love cults.
I love cults so much. I don't want to belong to one, but I love them.
Yeah. I just think they're interesting. I love a cult documentary. I love a cult podcast. I love learning about that crazy shit.
A satanic cult is always my favorite
God.
too.
It's so
Love
good.
It. Love it.
Yep.
It's the best. It's
Yeah.
like,
A really crazy religious cult is good too.
oh yeah.
So
Give me some popcorn and wine and put it on.
Yep.
I'm going to have a great
Yep.
night.
I agree. Love it so much. Yeah, this will be a good one. I'm going to make note of this. Satan Wants You, because I'm going to add it to my list.
Satan
Wants You. It's from 2023, so it's pretty recent. I'm going to add it to my list. Satan Wants You.
Me?
What?
You.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good one.
You know, like, the thing is, even when they disprove these things, though, there's always some crazy person who's like, well, that's Satan that's trying to disprove it or something. Like, you can't win with them because they'll be like, the reason you were able to disprove it was because Satan did it.
Yeah,
or
you can't argue with them.
Yeah,
they're like, well, that's what Satan wants you to think, that it's wrong. Okay. Okay, buddy. I learned that the hard way when, like, with COVID stuff and, you know, you had the people that denied that it was real and that vaccines had chips in them and we were all just being programmed and all this shit. And, like, I used to try to argue with people and try to, like, talk sense into people, and you just can't. Like, there's no winning. There's no winning.
It is amazing to me that people even kind of think like that. Because I'm like, I know of a new vaccine, and I'm like, give it to me. I'm going to live forever. Like,
I agree.
That's just how I am.
And I get why not everybody's just like, yeah, shoot me up with whatever. I don't know what's in that. I get the hesitation there. I understand. I don't agree with it, but I understand the hesitation. But some of the stuff that people would say, I'm like, that's your reasoning. Like, I had somebody tell me one time they're covered in tattoos. Well, that vaccine's not FDA approved, and I was like, neither is any of the tattoo ink on any of your body. Like, why is that where you're willing to stop? Like, you know, it just doesn't make any.
People who are like, it's not FDA approved, or like, I don't trust the FDA. And I'm like, what? Well, then why do you care if they approve it or not?
Yeah, it's like
the fact
while they're chain smoking.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, you dumb motherfucker.
The
like,
fact that literally billions of people have gotten it and are fine is not enough proof.
There's no logic behind any of these arguments. And it was just, but you can't win. Like, because they have an answer for everything. Well, like, that's what the government wants you to think.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, Cletus. Go back. Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Oh, it's crazy. I could kind of get into some of the stuff, but we've promised that we're not going to.
I know. I probably shouldn't have even said that.
Oh, what's it?
Yeah, we try not to get political and stuff, but
we try not to.
It's just
but
sometimes
some of it is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I also am a firm believer that there is an extreme version of both sides that I don't agree with.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely. There is such a thing as, like,
it's those people that piss me off.
For sure.
Honestly.
For sure.
You know, I get why some people will be a little more on this and a little more on this and a little more for this.
Right.
I get that.
I'm kind of alt middle, like, think for yourself.
Me too, basically.
Think for yourself. And use like,
again, I love cults, but I don't want to belong to one.
Exactly.
I like to think for myself.
To learn about it. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's basically it. We're not like trying to push an agenda.
For
We're just telling you what we think.
Yes,
and if you disagree, you know what? That's cool. We don't care.
For sure. Yeah.
But yeah, some of the stuff, man, sometimes I do like to see what the extremes on either side get fired up about. So sometimes I kind of go look just to see.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
Man, it's crazy some of the things people are going after nowadays. It's insane. I saw that, like, a lot of alt-right people are going after therapy now and think therapy is a big scam. And I was like, really? That's a new one. Well,
I guess based on the story I told today, therapy is scammy in that aspect.
Yeah, there are definitely.
This guy was
there's
a scammer.
A bad person in every.
There is.
Every profession.
For sure.
There's bad doctors. There's bad vets. There's bad nurses. There's bad shrinks. Bad person in everything, but there's also a lot of people who do a lot of good.
You just got to think for yourself.
Yep.
You got to use the evidence presented to you in a logical manner and make a decision.
Yeah. It's amazing how hard that is for people.
I know. Logic does not come easily for people.
It does not come easily.
Doesn't.
They're just like, I need to go check and see what people think about this so I can decide if I'm going to think.
I better go check Facebook and see if this is real.
Yep. Yeah.
That's where you get your facts. You gotta see what Grandma on Facebook thinks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a topic for another time. That's a wine-induced conversation, I think.
Yeah.
But
for
that
sure.
would be funny. We would be funny with it. Not gonna lie. Even if you disagree with us,
sure.
we will make you laugh.
Absolutely.
All right. You got anything else
Nope.
on that? Okay.
I think that's it.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we good.
We good.
All right. where's my closing page?
Are you okay?
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us in the Glory Hole Dungeon. Be sure you do, as always, like, follow, share, subscribe. We would love it. At the Glory Hole Pod. It's not over yet. You put it back on. I'm
sorry.
No, you don't have to. I just thought it'd be funny to yell at you. I like it.
I put it upside down.
She tried to take off her mustache early. The nerve. It's
The
a
nerve.
punishment, Nikki.
The nerve.
If you guys got anything you want us to talk about, want to ask us, anything, just email us
Let us
at
know.
thegloryholepod@gmail.com. And don't forget, hit those 5 stars wherever you listen to podcasts. Your mustache is smiling at me. I like it.
Oh.
All right, you're free from the mustache
'Kay.
for a bit because we tied today.
We did.
So
this is it. We're good now?
yeah.
Oh, shit.
So I think next time somebody loses something, then.
Free the lip.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds dirty. Okay. We're good?
We're good.
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
See you next week.
Stay gory.
Bye, Gore Horse.
Goodbye.